Good science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What's your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death?
Yeah, so fuck up and die.
Dude, I got this.
Volume consistently, please.
I got this desk for $10 from the DI, and it looks.
The stack of VHSs.
Are we starting this podcast? What's happening?
I got this desk, and it's like a glass tabletop, and I could totally do some rails off of it. Man.
Wait,
it's like,
when did you
should
go
see,
to
it's
the
like,
DI and get a desk and a chair? I thought that was all I was good for was for having a truck.
No, I know. Well, no, dude. Yeah, no. It's funny. The fucking amateurs at the DI. The guy wheels the desk out, and he's like, "Do you think it'll fit in your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah, buddy." There was like more room. I was like, I could fit like 30 of these desks in this car. It's not that big, anyways.
This is the Coldest Sentimentalist podcast. I'm driving right.
No, okay. We're
yeah,
here for Mary.
Yeah.
Everybody, shut up.
Oh, you're here for me. Okay.
Well, yeah, we're doing the whole month off you. It's called Mary's fucking month.
It is my birthday month.
It is, yeah. Birthday next week. So today, obviously, if you're listening, we have my lovely wife today with us. This month, we're doing Girl Coded.
Girl Coded.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
We're doing Girl Coded movies as chosen by her to go on the poll. So we did the poll, and the first movie that won was The Devil Wears Prada, which I wasn't sure which one was gonna win, but it was kind of close.
It was close. There was a lot of votes.
I was Team Jawbreaker, but
let's really quick, just briefly, please. I want to go down Jawbreaker, Miss Congeniality, Legally Blonde, and then Devil Wears Prada that won. Well, why'd you pick those ones, Mary? Real quick, just off the cuff.
Why did I pick those? That's a hard. I mean, because they're girl coded. I mean, I have a whole list so far of them.
Are they? But are they? No, they're movies
related?
that you like. I don't know. Sometimes we pick movies
very
that
related, like they're like fun.
I think these were. Yeah, these were, well, Jawbreaker's not necessarily fun and light.
No, I know I was going to say, but it's girls banding together, so that's the...
Yeah. I mean, the whole vibe of the month will be girl-coded, meaning, like, either girls tend to love the film, it tends to be about girl relationships, or it strives, like, strong female characters that girls want to root behind.
Yeah.
So that being the vibe of the girl-coded month, right? First month, I threw in some, like, classic favorites of people. Jawbreaker's maybe a classic favorite of my own. I don't know if a lot of other girls would agree
Jawbreaker is my favorite one on the list.
Yeah,
Jawbreaker's so
it
good.
is mine too, but it didn't win, and that's okay.
Yeah,
but the other ones, I mean, like Legally Blonde, Miss Congeniality, and Devil Wears Prada, those are some classic all-around. Girls are going to agree. Most women in your life have seen these movies.
Yeah, I was saying, like, it's millennial and Gen Xer girls watch these at a sleepover.
Fair.
100%.
20 years later.
Next week, it will be a different time frame.
Yeah, we're edgelords over here, babe. I want something that's going to make me really just cry with all the injustice toward women.
Okay, well,
give me one.
I mean, I don't know. That's what we're talking about. Girl coded, like that's our life is the injustice of women. Yeah. We want to enjoy the films here. Like we don't want it to be about the injustice of women. Well, that's what we're saying.
Is it popcorn? This is popcorn. This movie was popcorny.
What do you mean by popcorn?
Sure.
Like it's light and enjoyable, and it's meant to just to enjoy and eat.
I'd give it easygoing. Yeah, easygoing. Yeah. Enjoyable.
Well, that's why I'm like, next one.
I don't want you to say popcorn as in like not effort. Do you know what I mean? I don't want you to put it as like it's not effort.
No, of course that's not. It just means that it's definitely designed to be like a little more palatable, something easy, goes down a little easier. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to something like really fucking heavy and really dark. That's just gonna like be like, wow, that was a challenging watch. I cried and I feel like I couldn't eat popcorn because I was gonna vomit.
Because I choked on it during
that's
my tears.
Next week.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I don't know that's.
I'm excited.
I know. That's what I want because I am a fucking edgelord.
That's not what I'm doing at all.
I know.
Okay.
Well, I voted for The Devil Wears Prada because it's the one film I hadn't seen, and so that was so I'm happy that it won, so I could knock that off the old bucket list. But yeah.
Well,
I mean, do you want to give a quick synopsis, Mary? What's your
No, I don't want to give a
come on.
synopsis.
What's it
I wasn't
about?
prepared for that.
All right, you want me to do it?
What?
Yes,
I mean,
please.
I don't know.
Should make her do it.
No, you shouldn't make me.
Yeah,
do
the
anything.
Princess Diaries gets a job at this hot ass magazine.
Yeah, that is what happens. She gets a job as an assistant, but she doesn't really want it. She's just trying to make connections with, like, you know, the industry, and it's a ladder. And she begrudgingly kind of ends up being respected because she's an outsider, and Emily Blunt is in it. And she's
That's what you remembered, Emily.
she's
Blunt.
super posh and like the bitchy other assistant, but Meryl Streep, Miranda is this super boss bitch at the place, and Stanley Tucci is like the fucking just I don't know.
He's the token queer.
Yeah.
that's
I would say he's like
it's very 2006.
he's the heart in a way, in some ways. I don't know, but anyway, they
well, he's the true encouragement, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Miranda is
He
like
becomes, like, the
the one
friend.
that's like gonna strive for betterness. Like she knows that you have the potential. You know,
Anyway.
she sees herself in there, some vulnerability and some
of course.
strength. That's great.
So
yeah.
Princess Diaries, she changes, and she, you know, becomes all materialistic. Like her friends and her boyfriend, who are useless, say that she's gonna become. And so she's like, yeah, right. You know, I care about my Louis Vuittons or whatever. But then she realizes once Meryl Streep stabs someone else in the back, and she's like, "You're just like me when I was young." And then she's like, no, I'm not. I have my values." And so she goes and throws her phone in the fountain and walks away from it all. And she, at the end, she gets what she wants, though. She still gets a job at a journalist place, and from a somewhat the best case scenario recommendation you can get from Miranda, which is she's a fucking disappointment, but you'd be stupid not to hire her because she's awesome. And so that's nice.
Right.
And it's a very happy ending, and Miranda is even like, you kind of empathize with her, and she gives like a little, like, that rascal. Look at her.
Well,
She's
I was like,
sticking up for
how-
herself.
How'd she get a flight home from Paris? She threw her phone away, and then she just walks off, and I'm like, what, do you even know where you're going?
She lives there now.
Wait,
It doesn't
like,
matter.
She'll
Yeah,
figure
like
it out.
can you
Think of all the other
buy
stuff
it?
she did. She figured it out.
Can you buy a plane ticket in the airport in 2006? Can you do that now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the anyway.
So that's the synopsis in Levi words.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how
Well,
I-
Mary,
that's
what
how I
was
volunteered.
your first impression?
Yeah.
When you
Give us-
saw this,
quick-
did you
Oh,
see this
God.
in 2006?
Yeah, give us your
Yeah,
original
sure.
vibes, and then coming back, what was like? Because how long has it been since
Yeah.
you last watched it?
I don't know. This is tough for me about like thinking of my original thought. Like I don't remember the first time I've watched it. I've watched it enough times in my life
Yeah.
that I can't specifically remember the first one. I know that I loved it, and I know that like you have certain quotes from it, you know what I mean, you think of and stuff like that. Like it became very cultural or whatever at the time, that maybe you guys would, like you and your friends or things like that, would repeat the one-liners from it. So I remember loving it, and now it's kind of like a classic nostalgic experience for me. So I don't remember the last time I watched it. But my perception this time, it was different watching it, knowing I was going to come on the podcast and talk about it a little bit, because it's a different, I'm watching it through your guys' eyes and what your perception of it will be. And then I started to think to myself, well, first off, I called out all the shit that's wrong with it that like could not be made
hasn't
today.
aged.
You know what I mean?
Dated. We
How-
call
Yeah.
that dated.
How,
Yes.
how fucking fat Anne Hathaway is.
How
that
they
fat
say
bitch.
that, like they call Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway fat, and just
Anne Hathaway.
I mean, she's a disgusting pig, so thank God she loses two dress sizes.
oh my god. So definitely some very problematic things that it says that just are like, ooh, this could not be made. You know what I mean? Now I'm very curious what they're gonna do with the new one. But anyway, so it was interesting watching it from the perspective, because I literally was like, why do I like this movie? Like, I need to understand why the fuck I like this movie. I've just always liked the movie.
Did you still like it though, as much?
I mean, I still like it. I still enjoy it, but it's more, I guess, a level of like comfort and nostalgia for me rather than I guess, anything else, you know, probably about why I enjoy it so much.
It is hard to separate yourself from those kinds of movies. You know, like last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about SSE Punk.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I can watch it as, you know, I try to watch it objectively, but it's so hard to separate yourself from
Well, yeah,
like,
I mean,
how
because
you
what
watched
did you
it.
say, 2006 is when it came out?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
20 years. I mean,
which
20
makes
years.
me want to barf.
I mean, that's, so 2015, I was 15.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was 15 when I watched that compared to 35, right? Like, there's some very different takes on that. You know what I mean? But you still enjoy it for, I guess, the experience it brought into your life. But it was funny because I was talking to my other girlfriend, like, about this movie, and I was like, listen, I gotta go talk on this podcast about why I like this movie, and now I'm second guessing myself on why the fuck I like this movie.
Tell me why it's
Oh,
good.
I've done that. Do you know how many
did.
times that's happened? Yeah. You know how many times we've watched a movie that I like have like fond memories of, and I'm like, this is so
no.
stale. Like, not even that it's that problematic. It's just like, this is the most milquetoast thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, but this doesn't do that. I'm comparing like other movies that I've experienced, and so I love that. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where you watch this again, and you're like, wow, this does not really punch up very much. Like, it doesn't
The
really.
nostalgia's
You're
a
like,
hell of a drug,
it's
too,
fine.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
it's like I enjoy it for certain. Anyway, so Darian, who's my friend, who I was talking to this about, she's been thinking about this, and she literally sent me a text right before on her thoughts about why it actually
You
is
gonna read?
great.
That's a fucking novel. You gonna read the whole thing?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, point number 1, she said, the fashion. Obviously, it's glamorous and gives you a peek into this glitzy industry. So I do think that's true on why girls may be attached to this movie so well. Literally the clothes, in some sense, the fashion, the eye into that. Artistically, from a fashion perspective, it is really cool. To see the pieces and stuff like that. I think you guys maybe won't understand that part as much, so you little
They're
fashionistas.
very pretty clothes.
No, I get it. I think it's
The
like
cerulean.
I'm
It's all
anti.
about the
I'm
cerulean
so
melt.
I'm so anti-capitalist that like I just fucking it makes me sick. But like,
Yeah.
but I love Paris Fashion Week because that's fucking cool. That is an art. That's like an art piece. They're not making conventional clothes. They're
Right.
making a statement. Art.
Well,
art
and I
pieces.
appreciate
So,
that
like, I love
aspect
that.
of it, but yeah, it's how serious everyone
but-
takes it. Anyway. Go
Anyway,
on.
so yeah,
right,
so I
like,
mean,
yeah,
you
let's
got to give it to the fashion. I think is what draws us a lot in. Like, ooh, that's
Yeah.
like
Well, and
we
I love to
enjoy
see
that.
what's. I love so much to see what's dated and what's stayed. Like
Oh my God.
she's got like the checkered
hat. Yeah,
or like
dude, I
the
was
the
like, that
hats,
is so
all the hats in it. I'm like
2006.
oh god, I'm like those did not stay. Like a lot of
me,
other stuff
yeah.
stayed. Yeah.
It was the
Stuff would be fine
statement
now.
necklaces, all the statement
And then
necklaces. she needed
yes,
on
those
her.
like those big like
Yes.
the chandelier necklaces. I was like those aren't really as popular anymore either.
But they should be.
Yes, so
know,
so
yeah.
that's true. And then she said it's an interesting exploration of how far someone's willing to push themselves for their job. Andy is a completely different person by the end of it, and I think she only works there for a year. So I think that's probably
Yeah.
true, right? I think to this point where we take on, and then her next point was it's a great take on toxic hustle culture, right? So I think the big point of this movie being kind of women in the workforce a little bit and seeing ourselves a little bit in their representation of like high industry type of thing, and then also the toxicity of what that can be. Miranda literally is a devil. Like, she is terribly toxic as a boss and everything. And
She's
then I
not
think,
so bad.
oh my gosh, she's terrible.
I mean, she's not good though.
She's
I was
horrific.
expecting
What-
like I've seen a lot
yeah,
of movies, and I've had bosses that have just like raped their employees.
Okay, well,
That's
I mean,
the devil.
she's calling her at all hours to
Yeah.
ask for ridiculous.
She's a
like,
bad boss.
Ridiculous.
No, she's a terrible.
The
She's toxic. No, she's
expectation.
definitely-
terrible
It
boss.
is
I think-
horribly toxic
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I think that my only gripe to that is, it really the movie made it seem like she was like the linchpin for this magazine, and I'm just like it was just not very balanced well. But I think that's just like not due to the movie's fault. I feel like it was
She
taking
just-
the book and trying to make it a movie, which it had
Yeah.
to do a lot of like montagey stuff in between that kind of
Well, she's the
That's
linchpin
just-
because I think it's taken from the
But-
character
I
Anna
think-
Winters, who is
yeah.
the editor in chief of
Well,
Vogue, who's
She's built.
notorious for kind of having that
Miranda.
Like I think that's what the character, I mean,
Right.
is based off of. So
Yeah.
There's that. Miranda's obviously built like a cult of personality for years and years and years. So it's like if she, and it's her ego too, and so it's like she's made herself kind of the linchpin. But if she got replaced like she was gonna, like probably like there would be a change, but it wouldn't like the Runway magazine wouldn't come crashing down.
Well, and I was cracking up because I was like, oh, this movie's dated a magazine. I don't think a magazine. I don't think a magazine's hit the like multi-million-dollar, sales in the last like 15 years. It's it's crazy. It's crazy how magazines have dropped off.
Real quick then though, Jordan. So what?
Prince dead.
Since we got that, we got Darian's. Thank you. What was your first impression since this is your first time watching it?
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. It's like I say all of this because I'm seeing it. It's a 20-year-old movie that came out in kind of one of the roughest, like the 2000 to 2010. There's a lot of really kind of stilted and just, I don't know. It's weird. Really, like to see them now, they almost seem like wholesome or quaint or kind of. Just
some of the best movies came out of that decade, but
I
some of the
know,
worst
and some of the worst, right?
And there's a flavor,
and I would
for sure.
Yeah,
like
and I would really say like
movies.
Like what we just watched, Devil Wears Prada, is like it's a very like genre heavy. So my experience from the early 2000s is like more in the horror world. So like that I can like really go to bat for that because movies from in the early 2000s in the horror genre are awful. There's so many. Like there are more like bad horror movies than good for sure.
The best horror movie from that
years.
era is
but
13 Ghosts.
It's like Splinter. Splinter. Yeah, right. But yeah. So anyway, so it's like I kind of as I watched this movie, I tried to watch it with like that in mind to be like, all right, how do I relate this to like a genre that I'm more familiar with? Because it's like this isn't a genre I'm really familiar. So the second the movie starts, I'm kind of like, all right, it's kind of male gazy, but that's fine because it's like she does like she is a boss bitch, and so it's just kind of like works like that. But the only thing that I didn't like is that the beginning of the movie has all the women getting ready, and so it's like the juxtaposition between old frumpy ass fat Anne Hathaway getting ready for work, and then all of the super sexy skinny models getting ready,
putting on their underwear.
Yeah, putting on their underwear, and then Anne Hathaway eats a fat bagel like a slob.
An onion bagel.
So it's like, So it's like, so anyways, the opening, but it's problematic in the sense that like even if I watched this in 2006, I would kind of roll my eyes at the whole aspect. It's like it's almost a little too forced, to be like, oh,
I don't know because I mean I didn't like when I'm watching it as a 15-year-old girl. My experience is I want to be the pretty fashion skinny girl. You know what I mean? So it's different.
Yeah, and you would hope. I mean, I hoped watching it because this is my first time watching it too, and I kind of hoped because obviously the problematic things it sets up early on is like, oh, ambition and like kiss assing. To step on your friends and step on other people to rise to the top is bad, and then also all these body image things are bad. So I was hoping that it was setting that up, and then at the end it was gonna be like, oh, that's the message, and then she learns, and she does learn the one where where she's like, oh, stepping on other people, I don't want to be like that, so she quits, right, and I don't want to be beholden or any of that shit. But then, it never. I thought for sure it was gonna say something about
this is kind
of the other girl's eating disorder. Like I thought it was gonna come around and be like, you know what, it's okay, but like it's only when she thinks she's fired and is in the hospital is eating carbs. It's like that's the only time. So like it never brings it up, and it really easily just could have. Like they bring so much attention to it. They could.
I'm getting through like the rough part for myself because it's like that actually they do kind of. I don't know. They do kind of like skirt around a lot of that, and it is a little frustrating because they easily could have done a little bit more. But then it's like it's almost like, it didn't need to be. It had like the moral at the end, so it was fine. But I just think that like that opening really did the movie a disservice because I liked how she like she wants to fit in. Like she got the job, so she feels like pride there. But then it's like, oh, okay, you're wearing like. The frumpy, the skirt and the dress or the sweater and stuff. And it's like, you're not fitting in to this. And so she kind of like forces her into it, you know, kind of negs her a little bit and makes her change. But then it's like, oh, it's nice when she starts dressing better. It like does build her confidence. And so there is like, you know, they do have that moment where the cerulean and all that, and like, you know, it's not like we're doing this because we're pretentious, even though it kind of is, and it's like that's the life.
Fucking
but
B Heath Ledger
to
love her.
Yeah, I know that weird British guy. No, that was my that. So the beginning part, I kind of rolled my eyes, but it was fine because I understood the setup. But then that weird, I actually was like, this is so refreshing. There's no like. I didn't know about that really quick Paris week love interest, you know, break up with the boyfriend, fuck the journalist. I didn't know that was going to happen. So the whole time I was like, God, this is so great. It's so refreshing to not have such a romantic thing.
Yeah.
To have
She's
this
got a
like weird love triangle. She's got the boyfriend. They have their.
That's not what it's about.
When I liked it,
nice.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
I really was like, yeah, it was like great to have that that dynamic. And then I loved the line when she's like, I'm still the same. I just dress better. But like, he's kind of like, what the fuck? You know, you're not, he's like, you're not the same. And like, you know it. And she's kind of like, well, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. But then, you know, she learns. But it's like that bothered me so much when she fucked him. I was like, oh man, that sucks. It's like, I get it. That's where I say male gazy. That's where it's like, I feel like it probably happened in the book. So like, I understand that that's probably a plot they needed
He's
to
so ugly
to hit.
too, though. I don't know.
But yeah, he really. I don't know.
I think he's
that was my
really,
only gripe.
and I think as women view this movie, so fucking unimportant to the story, right? If anything, to show kind of as she's finding this power within herself. And while we might want to call the clothes and everything shallow in a way, I do think one thing it taught her is like more confidence in herself, not just in her abilities. She was dressing that way, right? Like this is the point of this was to show confidence in her building up power within her career, right? And the insecurity maybe of some people that felt left behind when a woman maybe gained power, right?
And her ability to say no, and like kind of she eventually does like boundaries even with her friends and stuff like that, and that's nice.
And I mean, I think the end, right, when you said it like finds the moral or whatever, I think to your point, I think the point is just that she finds the balance.
Yeah.
It's not all or other, right? She's not going to go back to dressing like she did at the first thing, right? Like she found some power for herself.
She's grown. Yeah, she's grown and she's changed. And,
and I mean, she respects Miranda. You hear her say at certain points, like, you know, how hard she worked. If Miranda was a man, right, people would just view that character differently. They would just say they're working hard rather than
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's why I'm like, she's not that bad.
Yeah.
Well, dude, and no, don't get me wrong. I loved so much. Do you know how fucking cool it was to have the classic old school? This is like old school 80s film where she walks up and she like sees her and they do the like nod to each other at the end. That just whole the fist smirk and like it's that like we shared a moment, like fucking like Chasing Amy style. Like it just when that happened, I was like, well, this is great. That's peak cinema right there.
Yeah. So anyway, my point just being is I think the point of the movie is really finding balance between like what's important to you in your life and your confidence, and also being like down to earth and what's important to you. The boyfriend was not important, right? Like really at the end of the story.
But then they get back together. Anyways,
it's not that deep though.
I don't know.
Like it's not that deep.
It won't
like
be.
it's got all those themes and everything. So
it can be that deep when you look at it that
Well,
deep.
I'm just saying it's not like that deep of a message. It's a very like, you know, I mean Disney movies have similar messages. Like this is a fun, well-written, like, funny kind of just, like, workplace comedy. That also has a backbone of a theme, which is good.
Well, I was just saying, like, that's the theme I take from it.
Oh, for sure. You know what I mean? But it's...
I mean, how'd you feel, Levi, when you first laid eyes upon the old devil?
I thought it was pretty good. Mary was... I think she thought I hated it, because I was just sitting there watching it in pain with my tooth and all that. And,
well, I thought you'd hate it before you even watched it.
Well, as we were watching it too, she's like, "Why aren't you laughing?" And I'm like, "What's the laugh?" Like,
no,
what? Like,
I didn't laugh once.
Because they're
I
not
didn't
jokes.
laugh.
Like,
not a single. I literally sat there with my arms crossed. No, I'm just. But I didn't. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, oh man, I feel bad because I really am not the demographic. Like It's
not that kind of movie though. I don't think I think it does what it does really well. I mean, yeah, if you're a 15-year-old girl, sure. But you're not laughing now. It's like the dialogue is quirky, but they're not jokes.
You're not laughing now.
Yeah, the dialogue is quirky and it's good. Like it's good. The dialogue's good. The pace is
Yeah.
pretty solid. Like it's
And
pretty
Emily,
good-
dude,
it's a pretty
Emily
decent
Blunt
movie.
was like one of my favorite
She's-
characters. I mean,
I can't handle.
Well, just
Emily
to add,
Blunt
I mean,
in
the
best way.
acting,
In
the
best
acting
way.
in the movie in general was amazing. So, first off, women love Anne Hathaway. I don't know why. Princess Diaries,
I don't-
Devil Wears Prada.
I don't
we
know
love Anne Hathaway.
why was
don't know.
Anne Hathaway the frumpy fat woman of the early 2000s? Like,
I have
what
no
happened
idea.
there? Why is Anne Hathaway the one that like they put like a clip in her hair and everyone wants to?
I don't know.
bang
Is
her?
it
Like,
because she looks natural enough to make feel relatable to girls? And
No,
then-
she
I don't
looks
know.
she looks like the models. Like I was laughing
yeah.
at that. At the beginning, I was like they were cutting in between and then she was supposed to be disgusting and I was like she looks I know I understand like I'm I'm a heterosexual male that can't
thing, though.
that doesn't know how to look at I don't know what a dress
It's like
does.
a trope.
But
like in 30 Rock,
it
like Tina
was.
Fey's supposed to
know
be
what a dress
ugly.
does.
Like
Yeah,
you know?
right. That was just the fact. It's one of those things where I'm like, I understand the like suspension of disbelief, Anne Hathaway, but like I'm like they probably had to put like a fucking fat suit on her or something. Like I guarantee you
They
she
just put
wasn't a
really
size six.
puffy sweaters.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally.
Look at
'cause
her
it was like,
it's like when the nerd takes off their glasses and you
It's a
realize
very,
they were
it's
ants
Yeah,
a
all
very
along.
she's
yeah.
all that moment.
That's a
yes.
classic.
yeah,
That's a classic
100%.
trope in a lot of we will get
I know.
that.
It's a,
I don't
it
think
just-
that's
I was
necessarily a
cackling.
healthy thing, but for some reason I do women relate to that. I don't know what that says, right? About
oh no, I get it.
I think it's
yeah.
a manipulative movie tactic that is just
There's
tried
a-
and true, where it's just like it's an easy way to show, hey, the beauty was inside you all along. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
an easy way to show that in a visual medium. Like it's just,
I mean, and it
cliche.
is Hollywood too. It's like
I mean,
you
it's just,
see
it's shorthand.
like there's hyper sexualized and masculinity exists that like for males too. Like
Yeah,
we
it's-
look
it's
at
film
The
shorthand,
Rock
though.
and you're like, oh, that's just a guy, you know. But it's like The Rock is like very attractive. Like you see Chris Hemsworth and you're like, that's just a regular guy.
Come on, nobody
Like,
thinks The Rock is
like-
attractive. Let's get real.
What are you kidding me?
Isn't he like skinny now? Anyway, moving on.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah, he got
I saw a weird thing about him where he
can't-
looks like
he
he's
can't be
got
on
leukemia
trend.
or something.
He can't be on trend for his whole
He's
life.
taking
That's dude.
parasites
If
till
we're
he's
if we're talking if we're talking body image right now, dude, you should look up oh my god, he directed 1980 or 1990s. Why am I spacing his name right now? Superbad?
I thought you were gonna talk
Jonah
about...
Hill.
Oh yeah, he's
Look up-
he's
look up-
freaky looking now.
Yeah, look up Jonah Hill.
He's
He looks like
freaky
he
looking. He's
It's-
skinny now.
Oh, it's just weird to see him like that. But
Yeah.
just because the Jonah Hill of my youth is like has like
No, I-
bursting hot dog skin from like
Yeah, I'll
Superman.
never
Yeah.
like he looks exactly like me. Like we're just if I grew my hair
Well,
out,
he looks
we
like you
look
after like a
identical.
fifth of vodka and like a bag of hot dogs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he probably had hypertension for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, it's funny, Mary, watching this movie. Like, it's one of those films where like I don't think it was like terrible in the slightest. Like, it
Solid.
It did everything well.
Yeah.
Like I think the music was fun. It's like it's so funny. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. Earlier when I said all the women were getting ready, that was like the one thing that really got under my skin narratively is that the like supermodels were getting ready. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be, I was expecting the scene where she interacts with the supermodels or the supermodels I was expecting a scene with them and that would like further her character development or further the plot or there would be some stakes because they were like shown at the beginning, juxtapositioning her.
Oh, yeah,
They
she
just
like
seemed
never
like
interacts with them.
so important.
Really, huh?
They
The
she
models.
never interacts with them. Period. I think they're in one other scene, and it's only like one of the women that were shown it before. Like it's not all of them. It was like the weirdest. Like I don't know why.
Does
like
that,
the whole
why would they have to be? I mean, my point that I guess
No,
I took from
Just
that.
narratively from how they set it up
Narratively,
at the
it just was
beginning
one of
and
those
then
things.
it
It was
never
it's
came
like
back around.
Well, yeah, but
you know
it's just
Chekhov's
to show,
Chekhov's
like,
gun.
her coming into a world that she doesn't. You know what I mean?
Right, but
Like they're not really
I-
important to the story.
then why show them though?
to
No.
show that she
No.
doesn't belong in that world.
Well, we know.
No, but there's like the
We
payoff.
don't know.
The payoff.
You don't
No, the
know
payoff,
until
you
you see
needed-
what the rest of the world looks like.
Yeah,
You know,
Like,
she
I don't
can't
know.
interact with
You-
all these supermodels. What's the point of
You,
that?
you needed them again. I just felt it just felt weird. It was the Chekhov supermodel. Like they like
supermodel.
they like showed them at the beginning.
It doesn't
and they were
bother me like
they-
it bothers him though, but I see his point.
I don't- No, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's like it bothers me in the sense that like I'm gonna sleep fine tonight.
You know what
but,
fucking bothers
But I have
me?
to. But I have to be like, why?
Bothers me is that Jordan just said that the music was fine.
No.
The music was my biggest laugh of the movie every single time there'd be a musical cue, because it was just the most generic, like, all right, feel this way. It's like so quirky and poppy, and then it's like, oh, now she's really questioning her life decisions.
No, the best
Yeah.
music scenes are when she's in a rush, right?
Yeah.
And the rush music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
like,
always
down
rushing.
the street.
It's just, she's just a, a fat, like,
Stop calling her
Yeah, she's
fat.
she
fat
can
New
barely-
York girl just trying to have it all in New York and just, like living that life, dude. Like, it really felt like that running around, and the music
Yeah.
was cracking my ass up. Like, I don't know what I
Yeah.
wish, like, I don't know.
Fair enough.
It was fine.
Fair enough on the music, I get
Get
that.
me a latte. Well, did you see on the Reddit? I posted. So my
Yeah, I did see
only
that,
my
which is
only
funny.
context for the Devil's Wear Prada is The Office. They do a bit which is it's
Pretty fun. It's classic.
expertly executed.
I don't
It's
even like
so
The
good.
Office, really, but I
And-
watched that clip, and I'm like, yeah,
It's
that's
it's so funny. It's great. It's a good clip, and it's a good bit, and like it's so funny because now watching it, I was like, oh, okay. You know what's funny? Because of The Office, I really thought Miranda was gonna be worse. Like she,
when he like realizes
was,
she's
she
the
was,
villain, like she's more empathetic by the end.
she,
If anything.
well, and I was gonna say to me, I'm like, she doesn't seem that bad. Like it's weird. She like literally was like, I'm gonna give you a chance. Like everything she did, she was cold. She was just a Don Draper. Like I was like, I respect. It's like I respect Don Draper. He's a piece of shit, but like I respect him. And that's same with Miranda.
Same
I was
with
like,
Miranda.
yeah,
Like, Miranda's-
she's running this company that's like
she's a good
she
enough
has a lot
character, and
to
Meryl
do.
Streep is badass enough that it makes sense that, and the nostalgia,
Yeah.
and we'll see whatever the money minute is. It makes sense that
Oh
they're
my
making
God,
a sequel
you have
these
no
years
idea.
later, because it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I would watch more Miranda.
Of course. I
Right.
wanna watch more.
But
Well,
that's
and
not-
I
don't
wanna
really care
know-
about Andy or whatever. I want to
Well,
see.
I
Emily
wanna
Blunt,
know
though, more.
what they
I wanna
do.
see what she's in.
So there was
just
one
saw,
thing.
like,
There's one thing
10
where I'm like,
shots of those
the
endings.
reason I thought Miranda was a freaking a villain is because she like abandoned her children and husband. But anyways, that's like that. How many men do that in a movie too? You know, that archetype. But like, so it's like obviously it's not that big of a deal. But it was just funny how I was like, oh man, they're
Well, that's the thing.
she's-
It's like the
her husband
devil
left her.
is so singular. Like, she's bad, but yeah, she even says the fact that they say like any man doing this, it wouldn't blink an eye, and it's true, because it's like she is one of millions just in that city probably that are exactly fucking like that. It's bad, but it's like, you're not the devil. It's the demon. The demon wears Prada, maybe, because there's a lot. if she was a devil,
mean,
and she was like,
Though it's
yeah,
more like the
sick
workaholic
man.
wears Prada.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed.
Devil Wears
I
Prada's a
have
good
mixed.
title, though.
I have mixed feelings about that because, in one,
She's bad. She's
I
toxic. She's
understand
bad.
that she's had to, especially a woman, to get that high and maintain that place, right? Like when viewing it 20 years ago too in New York, like yes, but at the same time, there's some really toxic stuff that I don't want to like. That you're just like
Oh,
anyone
yeah,
can
I'm
see
not-
that's clearly
It's bad. Yeah, we all acknowledge.
no one should work.
We're
for
all
Miranda.
acknowledging that it's bad, and then she is just when you think that like, oh, maybe she's just understood, and you see her like crying in the hotel room and everything, and then for her to turn around and stab Stanley Tucci in the back, who is like the heart of the movie. He's the one that's just like, I'm getting out, and I'm like the friend, and I'm the support, and I'm gonna like, you could go under my wing, young fat Anne Hathaway, and then she turns around and like stabs him in the back and doesn't even really blink, because it's not about him, it's about her saving her own skin. And so she's just like, oh, that was the only thing I could do, and she doesn't even acknowledge that she threw him under the bus. It's like, that's the worst thing.
Well, yeah, I think it's the point is right. She's chose her career over everything.
For sure.
Over,
Even,
you know what I mean?
even
her
like one of her best
relationships.
underlings, it's still
Yes,
an underling.
no matter what cost,
Yeah.
she's determined that this is what she's good at. She's the one who can do it, and she's fighting like hell to be the best at it.
So I hope in the
Right?
sequel then that Stanley Tucci's just running the place, and Miranda is just, I don't know what she's going to be. She's not still running it 20
Well, I
years
mean,
later. They almost fired her in this one.
I have no idea what they're gonna do with the second one, but I am very curious.
Should we watch the second one for
does the
Patreon
book
bonus?
Oh, dude, holy shit, we totally should do a Patreon bonus. Is there a second novel or whatever? Like book? Is there?
I have no idea. I
They
don't.
probably
I'm
wrote
not,
it.
I'm not aware of the book in general. Like it's not.
The
something
author's like, I
read
can't
or-
get another hit, and they're like, what if you just write another Devil Wears Prada? That made a lot of money. And they're like, no. And then 20 years later, I can't write another hit. All
Well,
right.
that's a
happens
fantastic
constantly.
segue to the money minute.
Give me the money
because this is gonna. I opened it and I was like, what the fuck? So it was
hold on.
$35 million to shoot this thing, which is
Pretty good.
pretty dang good. Even 2006, like that's the average.
I
I'd
would
say
have
35 to 50.
Yeah, I would have guessed like 50.
Yeah, easy. It made $326 million.
Yeah.
That's,
Nice. And not even to mention all the goddamn advertising in it.
that is bonkers, dude. Well,
I don't
right?
know
No,
what
the
you guys'
advertising.
is normal for your guys' mood, like when you think about movies, what
Depends
they
on the
box
type of movie.
office.
But
No,
that's a
for
lot.
money minute wise,
30 million.
that's
$30
$30 million to
budget
300.
300 is a massive turnaround.
Yeah.
That's the reason it's getting a sequel. Period. Like it doesn't.
I'm surprised they
like,
waited
you know,
this long. To be
like,
yeah,
honest.
20
Jawbreaker.
years.
All those other movies. I guess Miscongeniality got a sequel, but like, and Legally Blonde, I guess did too. But Jawbreaker didn't.
Yeah,
but-
that's the least big one.
See,
out
and
of
it is
those
actually
parts.
For we should look up later for context to figure out like the budgets for some of those other ones and how much they made, because it's like Miscongeniality is like kind of it's an action comedy almost.
Yeah.
Like it's got a lot of that kind of stuff, and so it's like I bet the budget's a little higher, and I bet you didn't make as much money, but it still made a lot of money. That was a big movie.
I don't know. Oh, I bet you it made it over 100.
Oh,
mil.
easy, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you made over
Yeah.
200, but three and change. That's a lot.
Yeah, the Devil Wears
I know.
Prada. It's one of those things that just culturally took off. You know what I mean? There was just those movies, especially at that time period, and I don't know if it's happening like that anymore. Or maybe in the 2000s, where you just had these cultural movies that just took off, like The Devil Wears Prada, or like Superbad, or like something like that, where it just, you know,
I mean, we
all
have
of a sudden.
Barbenheimer.
That's what I was about to say.
That was like
Barbenheimer was like the last big
Which
one.
one?
Barbie
That's like the
and
last one
Oppenheimer.
That's what I could think of.
Barbie and Barbenheimer together was like a big movie moment.
That
Barbie
was a big cultural. That was a cultural
not
push.
for you because you're an old lady now.
An old lady, maybe. Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
But nothing is cultural for us anymore. The culture's
I know, we're not on
made for
TikTok.
us. Shit.
Yeah.
But it's
No,
not.
we're out of the demographic.
It's not made.
It's
for
eight.
us.
It's 18 to 32. So we're
You're
we're at the
fucked. Yeah,
cutoff.
we're all fucked.
We're at the cutoff.
I guess I'm thinking. I mean, I don't even think of like Barbie or Oppenheimer. I would think more like what's it called? That show on Netflix with the Tiger King. You know what I mean? Where everyone is watching it at the same
I mean,
time,
Barbie
and
was.
everyone's quoting
You don't
it.
remember that?
Maybe Barbie
Yeah,
a
that was-
little bit, but I didn't
No, it
feel
was-
like it
that was
hit
the- that was
the
the last
same.
big one.
I don't feel like it hit the same.
Well, no, it's
but
because
maybe
people.
Just my...
It was shallow because people wanted something
Well-
to feel good about. Just because
Yeah,
everything sucks.
I was gonna say I feel like that was more
movie was,
manufactured.
yeah,
but,
it was.
Anywho,
you know.
I don't remember why I talked about this, but I guess I was just remembering how
Just
big.
cultural moments, yeah.
Yeah, the Devils Wear Prada, like, and so the amount of money doesn't surprise me just because everyone was freaking watching it and everyone was talking about it, and it was just.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this DVD around 1,000 times, and this movie I thought I'd seen it because I'd for sure seen. I thought I'd seen all the movies on the poll except for Jawbreaker because I've definitely seen Legally Blonde and Miscongeniality. And then I thought I'd seen Devil Wears Prada, but it's one of those movies where it's just like it is baked into the lexicon so much and into like film culture that it's like I've definitely seen scenes from it.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely seen not The Office, but I swear to God I've seen it like parodied somewhere else in a different show.
Well, I mean,
You know,
I mean,
like
dude, you
Futurama
said
or
30
something.
Rock. 30 Rock is
definitely.
30 Rock kind of feels like it a little bit. I
does,
don't
a
know.
little
Movies
bit.
made in New York have like a weird energy
gotta
to
feel-
them that like,
So
feels-
I feel like I'd seen it before, you know, and it's like, yeah, I remember the quotes. So it's like
Yeah.
when the lines came up, I'm like, yeah, that's a good line. And it's like, yeah, I could see you writing that on your MySpace.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. That's it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind
Yeah.
of the thing. I'm like, I enjoyed myself, and
It's fun.
I am really looking forward to this month. I'm excited to
fine.
kind of like because
Okay.
this is definitely like it's definitely like you know broadening my horizons here. I'm excited, even though I've seen the first 3 out of the 4 that you picked. So it's like, you know, I've seen
It's not
this
something-
genre
well,
a little
it's
bit,
not
but it's
something we
nice
would normally
to be
probably
a little
watch on
different.
our own. So that's why I like it too. Is that it's like
Yeah.
it's a bit of a palate cleanser, especially because it's like I am sort of control. Like even the genre, I throw out all the movies out there, but it's like I usually control what goes on the polls. So
Right.
like I probably wouldn't
nice
pick
to have-
any of these movies for a poll, like ever.
Yeah.
And so
you're a
it's
mad
like-
you're a mad king, so we gotta have somebody else.
Someone's gotta rein me in, I guess. So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'm excited to have Mary.
I'm excited to have Mary too.
Aw.
And I'm also excited that this is the only way that I'm like, every single weekend, I'm like, hey, do you want to watch this movie with me? She's like,
Yeah, now-
fuck no, I don't want to watch anything.
Now
with
you
you
have
besides
to.
sex."
Oh my
And now you
God.
have to.
To be fair, though, we're watching movies that I would want to watch, and whenever it's want to watch a movie, it's got
I
to
gotta
be
watch.
some edge boy
I don't always
sad.
watch
Let me
edge
watch
boy
me
sad ones.
masturbate while I cry in some artsy fartsy
Whoa.
movie. So
Was
yeah,
Basketball
maybe
No,
we
Diaries
can.
no,
was
the guy
only, like,
he
3
he
scenes of
fucks a
masturbation.
mermaid. That's what happens. He doesn't. I guess he does
Oh,
masturbate,
I
but he
should
fucks a
have put
mermaid.
Splash on there.
There's still
Oh
time.
yeah, Splash is sick, dude. Yeah, you could totally put Splash on.
I don't know how I'm gonna edit your audio, babe. You're fucking out.
Am I
of
screaming
You're
and
out
stuff?
of pocket.
I'm sorry.
You're.
I can't pull it up.
I
on
said
my
you could
phone.
move, but not that much.
I don't know how to control myself.
Hey,
Okay,
you're
real quick. Do you know what? IMDb, really quick. Shut up. IMDb says, if you like oh my God, if you like Devil Wears Prada, these are some related picks that we recommend. Moon,
What?
13 going on 30.
13 going on 30
Don't
on my
look.
list.
Don't look up. Casablanca. It's like
What?
Moon.
What?
Yeah.
No.
IMDb's drunk. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Transcript not available.
Are you doing the
yeah.
voicemails?
Well, I'm trying to pull them
Is-
up because I can't do it on.
Is
my
Meryl
phone.
Streep? Meryl Streep's gotta be like 85 right now, right?
Who knows? That lady doesn't age.
She's
Speaking of, I never
She was
finished,
born-
but the acting in this movie, Meryl Streep, Anne
1949.
Hathaway, amazing, right? Legends, they're Stanley Tucci, like
legends.
legends.
Yeah. I love the Tooch, dude. Stanley Tucci's great. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like he wasn't in it that much. I
I
feel
know, I
like,
wish he
feel
was
like when
in
he was
more.
in it, he had a good presence, but like, it just like I said, this movie, what this movie did is it had a lot of montages.
Oh,
And that-
great cinema, the fashion montages of all
happens.
her fashion when she
Jordan
changes.
Jordan really hates montages.
Oh, no.
I appreciate a good
do.
montage, and the montages
Sure.
were good because it kept
Well,
it
it's like,
going.
so they do this. So
Oh,
they had a
that reminds
montage
me
where
of
she,
the sweetest thing.
when she comes in with her jackets and she's throwing the jackets on the desk, that's like, okay, I love that. That works narratively. When I loved the fucking shot where it's like the tracking shots and it's her walking through and her clothes keep changing, those L cuts and her clothes are changing to give time, passage of time. That's fantastic, totally warranted. But then there were 3 other montages after those 2 narrative montages that were just her like walking through an airport quickly. Like there were so many times it's like they would montage for a second and I'm like, stop. You don't need to do this.
Dude.
More
Yeah.
montages.
No.
Jordan, so we got 2 voicemails, as you say. There's no transcript on the one, and so we got to figure out a better system if we keep getting voicemails. So because I have to like hold it up to the microphone so you can hear it. So hopefully you'll also be able to hear it.
Let's try
Oh, you
it.
will. You will. All right.
Let's try it out.
All right. We got
yeah.
we got one right here. I think this one's from Competitive Bet, and then we'll do the Reddits. Nothing?
I can't hear anything.
Yeah. I
this
think that one's broken because it looks weird too. So I think it's fucked up somehow. Sorry, buddy. If I can get if I can get it to work, I'll add it in later. I'll download it and add it in later.
He did a Reddit, so we'll read
his Reddit.
We can also read it too.
All right.
Do you have my
I got
the other
one. Let's see it.
Okay, good. Let's hear it. I love it.
No? Oh,
No.
I know why. Sorry, I should have planned this ahead of time. This is good radio.
Yeah, this is it.
For some
This is
reason,
what
Hey,
all
guys.
your listeners want to hear, huh?
No, it's because my output audio is for some reason going to my speakers. I think, and that's why.
Okay, maybe you could try that another one again.
Hey, this is Competitive Bat, just leaving a message about The Devil Wears Prada. This was my first time watching it. It definitely feels like a movie that I would have liked probably a lot more, like 15, 20 years ago. I think the performance was really well. I did enjoy the editing. I feel like the messaging was pretty inconsistent at times. Like, it feels like through the reactions of her friends and her boyfriend that we're supposed to think the changes to Anne Hathaway's character are overall a negative. But in the end, like, she benefits from her time at the magazine because it helps secure her that, like, job in her field at the end. Throughout the whole movie, I definitely, like, I didn't get as much, like, that she was a boss from hell. Like, it just felt like she was a strict, no-nonsense boss because that was the same kind of pressure that she was under. So for her to be successful, she needed people who could also be competent at their job. And the fact that Anne Hathaway's character, I think Andy, was so competent is why she got promoted over Emily. And, like, similar to that, I think what actually had her want to hire her is when she saw herself in Andy at the beginning, and when she stood up to her. Like, she's at such a high level in her field that it's pretty rare, or it seems pretty rare for anybody to disagree with her or to push back on her. And then here was this person applying to be her assistant that was basically telling her, like, no, you're wrong about who she is. And so she pushed back, and I think that, like, sealed the deal. And, like, she then corrected her when she was called Emily. She said, that's not my name. I know what she was kind of proved herself a little bit. She did get called Andy by Miranda. And, like, I feel like the only time that she was absolutely, like, an evil boss was when she, like, demanded a Harry Potter manuscript. But that was her, like, lashing out because she was unexpectedly vulnerable in front of somebody, and she's not used to that. And so from that, she had to impose that feeling on somebody else where they felt vulnerable or weak. And another interesting thing, like the editing that I liked, where it showed all the different outfits, all the different coats, to kind of show the passage of time. And like from the beginning, it definitely seemed like Miranda was not so much a boss from hell as much as she was like a mentor. And the ending just kind of confirmed it, where she said she saw a lot of her in her. But anyways, so the editing, instead of thinking of it as like a passage of time, I thought it was like more of a training montage. Like, just put that over with Eye of the Tiger playing in the background. It was her learning how to survive in a high-pressure situation, such as being a magazine editor, or I assume probably a newspaper editor as well. And then a last...
Okay.
Cut off there.
I think maybe the limit's 3 minutes, my dude, because it cuts off at exactly 3 minutes.
Oh my god.
Oh, it cuts off at 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I didn't know I had a limit. Thank you so much for the comment. I forgot the Harry Potter manuscript.
I left you a 25-minute message.
I know, right? He spent like the weekend writing this. Like,
thank you for that comment. The Demon Wears Prada, right?
That is
I know, right?
so
Well, dude,
weird how
when
just
she
thought
wanted
exactly
to get
what you guys thought this whole.
Oh, dude, Mary, this literally happens every single time. Like, everybody says exactly what we say, and we're like, well, they should do the podcast.
Yeah.
But
amazing.
No, getting the Harry Potter manuscript had me like, I was just like, this is redunk, dude. This is crazy that she's making her do this. And I was like, that was the one time where I was like, oh, okay, she's like trying to give her the impossible, and then when she does it, it's like that's like the glimmer in her eye where she's like, oh, you're more powerful than me. Like,
I'm
you
really
could do anything.
concerned about your guys' like okayness with terrible bosses.
It's not okay.
Because, like, just overall, but just like your version, because I'm like, she lashed, like, even what he was saying, right? Like, she lashed out.
Listen.
Like,
no, you're
lashed
right.
out of her own, like, self and being. That's terrible.
Human. I mean, no, that's very human. Like, I
can't help. I'm talking out of tone, babe. I'm not meaning to scream.
I just got to turn it down.
Like, like he said, like Competitive Bat, like, mentioned that it's like she felt it's like her privacy was encroached, and like she was upset. So it's like it's a very
moment.
human.
Yeah,
it's a vulnerable moment. She explicitly
embarrassed.
said, "Don't fucking come upstairs. Don't ever." You know, like put it in the closet, put it on the table,
I
get the fuck
that.
out. Like
I get that.
like,
but the emotional immaturity to lash out in a way like that to your employee is incredibly toxic.
All
and
we're saying,
horrific.
Yes.
I think all we're saying is it's like the devil wears Prada. Holy shit.
Yeah.
She's the devil. And then like you watch literally so many other movies and TV shows, and like even the movie Horrible Bosses. Horrible Bosses is a tamer word. Horrible, like the devil's horrible, but a lot of things are horrible. Fucking egg salad sandwiches are horrible. But like
blasphemy.
Horrible Bosses, it's like they literally are like blackmailing them, like sexually fucking assaulting them.
Right.
You know
The sex pest. The sex pest is kind of the ultimate. And so it's like
it's just
it's just one of those.
It's just like
it's
in the
sad
hierarchy
that our
the
what's
bar
word?
is so
the
low.
bar for
The
terrible
expectations
boss
are
is sexual
so-
assault.
I mean,
I'm just like
that's where we are.
I've had.
I mean,
I've
look who's
only.
in the
I've
fucking
only
White
ever
House.
had
Look
like.
where the bar
I mean,
is.
really though. Yeah. I've had one boss that I would consider a devil cooks pizza is basically like worked at a pizza place, and my boss like tried to kill one of the employees, and so it's like I've had someone, and that was he held he like cut him with a knife, and so it's like he like. You know,
It's like I had a boss that was
is a devil
embezzling money from the company and stealing people's hours and paychecks, and still didn't get fired. He just got transferred to a different store.
Yeah, right.
That's way worse.
She was running a successful magazine, so she was a little strict.
Yeah, Miranda's bad. It's
but
super toxic.
I know what you're saying.
It's super toxic. It is.
It is. Yeah, of course.
Anyway, but great comment, and it sounds like he agreed. And
I appreciate that. I do. We'll read his Reddit too, so that he can maybe, if he has any extra thoughts,
if there was
future reference. Thank you for your voicemail. I do like the voicemail route, but I guess future reference. I guess the cutoff's 3 minutes, so you know.
Yeah. All right, let's.
I got one more. Let's do the other one.
Hell yeah!
All right, you ready?
Hello, gentlemen, out in podcast land. My favorite podcast on the air. This is Mom, and The Devil Wears Prada, a blast from the past. I'm glad you chose it. I'm glad you noticed her eyebrows. I think natural is beautiful. Anne Hathaway's transformation, though it is quite fun. And Emily Blunt's response to Anne, "You look so thin." "Oh, thank you. I'm one stomach flu away from goal weight." The pressure and stress of that one phrase for so many people. For Meryl Streep to stay in character, she's fabulous and fabulously cruel. Somehow, I still believe you can have success by being the nice guy. I, for one, am looking forward to The Devil Wears Prada 2 this summer to check out those new fashions. Thanks for being here, guys. And on episode 254, congratulations. Love,
oh damn,
Mom.
Nice, dude. Thanks.
Oh my god, I love her
your
much.
Your movie phone, Mom. You sound just like your movie phone.
Thank
but
you
dude,
for that.
for reals though, that goal weight. No, like it's funny. It's like that is something that I like. You know, clearly weight and struggles and stuff. It's like that. I'm in kind of that sphere a little bit, and like so that was something I totally like. You know, noticed in this movie is like I'm just like, oh man, it's so toxic. That is such a like the body negative and the body positivity, and like this is where it's like we have, I feel like, come a far ways, you know, from 2006 to present. I mean, we have a lot of work to do, but like, you know, when it comes down to it, it's like in this movie, there's
we've
just
taken
constantly
a lot of step
so
backwards as a society,
I was like, I feel like we came a long way with the body positivity movement, and lately, I feel like we've taken a lot.
I don't know. You can't even call a guy
back.
small dick energy on the internet anymore without people.
Well, no,
I know, or he'll blow up a country.
I think, oh God, I think we've taken a lot of step back upon like body positivity lately. And I think a lot of it is GLP-1s and things like that, like skinny people already. And then I think, I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I think that it ebbs and it flows for sure. And like this was just a period of time where it's a time capsule where it's like, oh, this is kind of like you watch movies in the 80s and it's very similar. It'll be like, oh, Becky's the fat kid, and it's like it's like literally, I don't know, just has a body. I don't know. It's not
just
even
like a regular human girl.
Not even to like go regular, just like I don't know, she's just a human being that exists. It's like I don't know. It's funny how that perception. But
Yeah. I do miss. I miss when. I mean, we're gonna talk about this more. I miss when. Back in the day when movies, like people in movies, were regular people. You know, where's all the Frank Sabatkas in the main lead roles? The weird, just normal looking dudes. Everyone's a fucking
the Philip Seymour Hoffmans, dude.
Even
though I think that he's like
Jesse
sexy.
Plemons is the new Philip Seymour Hoffman kind of.
You guys are all saying men too. I'm like, where are the women?
I know. Where are they?
I know
because they're all
have to
be fucking supermodels.
Well, but that's what's crazy. Even
our Rebel Wilsons
what's her name?
Lost all the weight. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Right. Well, I'm thinking like so. Oh my God, who's the girl from Monster? What's her name? Charlize Theron or whatever. How do you say her name?
Yeah.
She's someone where I'm like, she is stunning, and then they had to like uglyfy her. I mean, she was playing a character. It's like a biopic, but still, it's funny how that is something.
Yeah, I don't know her name, but you know who comes to mind is
I don't know who you're pointing to.
No, I was just saying to your point is the main chick. She's only been in a few movies now because I think her like breakout role was Licorice Pizza, but the chick that PTA keeps casting.
Yeah, she's great. I like her look a lot too.
Yeah.
But Mia Goth is like my. Mia Goth's kind of close, but she's stunning.
Like,
so it's like, but she's just yeah.
Anyway, you guys want to hear a couple Reddits?
Yeah.
Now I feel like I just want to do this motion to you.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, you really do it a lot.
Let's see what our buddy Clones of People 2 says. He says, second watch of this. I saw it years ago when I was watching everything I can get my hands on, and I raided my sister's DVD collection. I didn't remember too much of it, though. So this time, it's certainly watchable, but it's just not for me. I appreciated that it was not a standard romance-driven chick flick, and it really about holding your morals and standards while trying to succeed. Good acting, Hathaway is believable, Streep is formidable, and humanized at points. All the men are so one-dimensional, though, but I guess male-driven films to do that for female characters. Except for Stanley Tucci, he was very likable.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, right. Poke that dog.
Sorry, the dog is dreaming.
I know. I usually don't let the dogs in here, but now that we're both in here, they're both like, "What are you guys doing?" Anyway, he goes on to say, it was ironic that Emily Blunt played a character called Emily, and whose main quality was that she was blunt. God, that's good.
That's good. You should do the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes on. He says, the random journalist who maybe cheat on your boyfriend material subplot felt added in because they needed some sort of romance, will they, won't they plot. In the end, morals are held. Being superficial and cutthroat doesn't hold up, and I sat through 2 hours of product placement for fashion brands I know nothing about. But now I know all about Cerulean.
Yeah.
Thank you for
that's good.
Thank you for that comment. Competitive Bat 5831 says, voicemail, exclamation point. But then he also says,
thank you, we got it.
And then he also says, also I think it went long, lol. Oh, he acknowledges. I didn't read this. He said, I think it went long. Not a boss from hell. She seemed quick to promote good people, confirmed by her list of people who would follow her. Also, Miranda seeing herself and Andy and them both hurting someone else's career has a funny parallel to me. Andy did end up taking Paris away from Emily, so I think Miranda will make it up to Stanley Tucci's character. P.S. Fuck the friends for messing with her phone right after she gave them expensive ass gifts.
Yeah.
True though.
Yeah.
They sucked.
Well, dude.
I'm like I understand why
friends,
they were there, but they were useless. They were all useless.
A, they're so one-dimensional, and B, they just like, I don't know. I just was like, what are they going for? Are they like that? They must be like that in the book. They must be assholes in the book because it's like all of them were assholes. I was just like, these aren't very like nice friends.
2000, just trying to have it all in Manhattan. Business youngsters.
Yeah.
And then I got one more. It says, Hang On Sufi says, it's one of those movies that every time I channel surf and it's on, I drop in on it, like Zoolander. Another friend of mine is that kind of fan, so we're planning a big movie outing May 1st for The Devil Wears Prada 2. It's cinema comfort food. Yes, good point.
That's it. I like that.
Yeah.
It's cinema comfort.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say popcorn movie.
Totally.
I would. Yeah, that's a good explanation.
Yeah, like that's not bad. Everyone needs that.
Right. Yeah, everybody loves comfort food.
It's a palate cleanser.
I know this is it's fun. I'm happy to see it.
I think I like this more than Basketball Diaries. So.
Oh, 100%. I'd rather watch this than Basketball Diaries for sure.
I don't know.
Basketball Diaries sucked.
It sucked in like the ways that are like kind of fun. But yeah, this is better.
And you wanted me to watch it with you. I'm just saying. Anyway.
It has a lot of things you would like.
Hey.
So.
No, yeah, and for Mark Wahlberg alone.
So next week I am gonna pick movies that I have not seen. So
Oh, that's cool.
girl-coded movies that other people have recommended to me or think of when they think of that theme that I have not seen. So should be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Mary. It was
Thanks-
lovely
thanks,
to see you
babe.
again. I'm
That's
glad
fine,
you're
man. Thanks
you
for all
know,
your
hanging out with us.
insights.
Sure. Not sure how insightful it was, but yes.
I gotta get my notebook out for all this womenly knowledge.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Mary.
Well, I'm gonna hang out. Well, I'm gonna exit the game now.
Bye.
Bye.
I stopped.